evening, everybody. It's January 2nd. This is the reorganizational meeting for the town of Rhinebeck. Would everybody please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have an agenda for this reorganizational meeting, and I'm going to go through it as a consent agenda. After we close the meeting, I'm going to open another meeting for regular business. It's just easier for record keeping. But I would like to make a motion to go into executive session to discuss matters leading to the appointment of persons to specific boards and committees. May I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We'll be right back. Thank you. Okay, we're back from our executive session. Do we need a motion to? No, we're good. We're back.
We're back.
I've got a consent agenda here, so I would like to read all the resolutions that we're going to be voting on in a block. There are several that have mistakes in them. There's one that we just discussed in executive session, so I'll pull those out and we'll motion them separately after we vote on the consent. I'd like a motion for resolutions 2019-01 for order of business for the 2019 town board meeting and agenda rules. Resolution 2019-02, scheduling our 2019 town board meetings and the first 2020 regular board meeting and the 2020 reorganizational meeting. Resolution 2019-03, approving the 2019 town holiday schedule. Resolution 2019-04, naming our official newspaper. 2019-05, official bank. Resolution 2019-06, establishing petty cash funds. Resolution 2019-007, our 2019 salary schedule approval. Resolution 2019-008, our 2019 town board liaison list. Resolution 2019-009, appointing our town attorney. Resolution 2019-010, appointing the planning and zoning board attorney. Resolution 2019-011, appointing our tax certiorari attorney. Resolution 2019-014, appointments to the cemetery committee. Resolution 2019-015, appointment to the Conservation Advisory Board. Resolution 2019-016, appointments to the Aging Committee. Resolution 2019-017, appointing dog control officers. Resolution 2019-018, appointing emergency management coordinator. Resolution 2019-019, appointing representative to the Northern Duchess Alliance. Resolution 2019-023, appointment to the Recreation Advisory Committee. Resolution 2019-024, appointments to the Thompson-Mazzarella Park Committee. Resolution 2019-025, appointments to the Website Committee. Resolution 2019-026, appointments to the Workforce Housing Committee. Resolution 2019-027, appointment to the Zoning Board of Appeals. May I have a motion for the consent agenda?
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Ed. Is there any discussion?
We weren't pulling the Mazzarella Park Committee out?
No.
We're just gonna, okay.
I've pulled out of here appointing the fire inspector because we
Yep.
omitted Bob DeLuca.
Yep, got
I
that.
pulled out Historic Structures Committee because we neglected to have Melanie Moore on there. I pulled out our appointment to the planning board because we just discussed that in executive session. And
And the
I pulled
engineer.
out 022,
Yep.
the engineer, because their name has changed. Yes, clerk.
I think you might have neglected number 12, the town prosecutor. I think you brought that in.
I'd like to make a motion to add Resolution 2019-012, appointing the town prosecutor to this consent agenda.
Second.
Second.
Thank you, Chauncey. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Thank you. I would like a motion for Resolution 2019-03. I will make the motion for Resolution 2019-013, appointing our fire inspector as Ed Maddock and Bob DeLuca.
Second.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So moved. I would like to make a resolution for, a motion for Resolution 2019-022, appointing Clark Patterson, CLP, also known as CLP, Clark Patterson Architecture, Engineering, and Planning. They acquired Morrison Associates as our planning and zoning consulting engineer. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Thanks. Who are you, Alan? May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Chauncey. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. I would, I'm sorry, bear with me. I've lost my resolution. I'll make a motion for Resolution 2019-020, adding Melanie Moore to the resolution for appointments to our Historic Structure Committee.
Second.
Thank you, Chauncey. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Resolution 2019-021, to appoint Michael Tremble as our Planning Board Chair for 2019 and Kathy Hammer to the Planning Board for a 7-year term expiring December 31st, 2025. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Thanks, Alan. May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Brennan. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. I think I got everything, yes?
Yeah.
I think so.
Covered it.
Added. Is there any comment or questions regarding the consent agenda? Hearing none, I'd like to motion that we adjourn our town 2019 reorganization meeting. May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks. Okay, that was easy. Got another agenda now.
Well, I'll be there.
Now, this starts with tab 28. Okay, good evening, everybody. This is our second meeting of January 2nd, 2019. It's our special town board meeting. And I'm going to ask that everybody stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Yeah, I think we should. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thanks. May I have a motion to approve our prior minutes of December 10th, 2018? Thanks, Ed. And a second? Thanks, Alan. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So moved. I would just like to let everybody know and the public know that our next town board meeting will be on Monday, the 28th. This is off cycle because we wanted to get it done and approved before the other boards met. I would also like everybody to know that Chief Amy of the Rhinebeck Fire Department came and met with me today. He has for us, and this was sent to you, you don't have to read it now, the information that we requested from the 3 fire departments regarding all of their calls for fire and EMS response, the number of calls received, and the response rate. We had a nice discussion about this. They have an amazing record. So I will give this all to you, and it will be available as an addendum to this meeting. And Alan, we still haven't heard from the other 2 fire departments, so I think we need to write a letter explaining that we need this information before we sign contracts, before we pay them next year. We have a...
No, this is a great report.
We have a legal responsibility to ensure that our residents are, that we're providing fire protection. So we can deal with that this month and get
Sure,
those out.
I'll write
Thanks.
the letter.
Okay, are there any other announcements? Okay, let's move on then. I will make a motion for Resolution 2019-028 for our budget transfers and amendments. May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Brennan. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So moved. I will make a resolution for 2019-029 for our preliminary accounts payable abstracts. There are 52 checks totaling $68,415.61. May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Chauncey. I will make a motion for resolution. Okay, we have to vote on that.
Yes.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So moved. I'll make a motion for Resolution 2019-030 for our preliminary accounts payable abstracts, 12 checks totaling $26,191.26. May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Ellen. Is there any discussion? Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. I will make a motion for Resolution 2019-031 for our capital projects abstract, one check totaling $14,329. May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Brennan. Is there any discussion?
Aye.
I just want to
Oh.
check. I just had to check one thing. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. It's for Tyler Technologies. It's for our townwide reassessment. I just wanted to double check the amount. We had our status meeting this month, and we're on time and on budget. Resolution 2019-031, hiring Lori Doty as our auditor for certain town departments. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Thanks, Chauncey. May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Alan. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So moved. I'd like a motion for Resolution 2019-033, amendments to the Employment Practices Compensation Manual and the Compensation and Benefits Manual. Anybody?
Oh.
Thanks, Ed. May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Brennan. This is all of the things that we, it's all of the things that we talked about last year and didn't do one big cleanup approval. The only thing that I have questioned here is, we decided that we needed to have our new hirees hired with 2 weeks of vacation. This especially because we've hired people with previous government experience and grown-ups who are already in the work world, and in order to get professional payment, you sort of have to match benefits. But I don't remember us discussing it for part-timers. Does anyone remember that?
Yes, we did.
We're giving part-timers, new hires, 2 weeks vacation.
No, but I thought we discussed the difference.
I'd like to amend this to not have that, and then
Figure it out.
talk to our labor consultant. Our practice is we hire part-timers and we give them a week's paid vacation, and I have nothing in my notes. I think this is a mistake, so I want...
Yeah, no, I don't think we agreed to it. I thought it came up, but
Talked about it, but I don't think.
But I don't think we agreed to that.
I'd like to make an amendment to Resolution 2019-033 to give part-timers upon hire 2.92 hours of accrued time off, vacation time per month, which comes to 70 hours a week for 35 hours, or 3.33 hours per month, which comes to 40 hours. It's a 1-week vacation for part-timers. So I'm just amending this portion of it.
You know what I think we had
Can I have a second on the proposed
Yeah.
amendment?
Second.
Thanks, Brennan. Okay, go ahead.
I think what we talked more about was part-timers going to full-time and how that vacation
Well, let's
time.
just,
Yeah, no, I'm
found
just
nothing
sorry,
in
I'm just
my
saying,
notes.
I remember now.
John, is that clear to you? Part-timers will remain at one, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
But, okay, so the way I hear it is if they get 40 hours the first year,
If they're a 40 hour, if they're a 20-hour, whatever they are, 20 part-timers, 20 hours, 15 hours, they get 1 week of that
Okay, so
salary
it'll
as
be 15
vacation.
or 20
15 or
hours.
20,
Got it,
not 2 weeks of their part-time.
gotcha, okay.
And so it's going back to what we originally had for part-timers, but amending full-timers to 2 weeks upon hire.
Got it.
That's the only amendment. Can we vote on the amendment to this resolution? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So moved. And we still have an open amendment on the floor for the whole amendments to the employee practices and compliance and compensation and benefits manual. Is there any other discussion on any of these other items? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So moved. Resolution 2019-034 for our town policy on non-discrimination and harassment in the workplace. May I have a motion? Thanks, Ed. May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Chauncey. This is mandated by the state, and we have a town resident who is a government HR expert who's trained with our labor consultant. And he has given us this pro bono along with representing us for the unemployment insurance issue we're having. Because Michael trained him to do pro bono work for his hometown. So we're very grateful
Wow.
for Ian's help, yes.
That's great.
Is there any other, so he's making us in compliance with state law here. There was a change
There are
last
forms
year.
in here too.
Forms and everything. Is there any further discussion or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Resolution 2019-035 to hire part-time workers to assist with the management of the building department records and scanning of old maps, again for this grant that we've received. We still have a couple of weeks' work left.
Motion.
Thanks. Brennan, may I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Alan. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Is there any new business before the town?
I just have last on the CABS meeting tomorrow,
Okay.
and we're going to have possibly 2 or 3 volunteers from
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I have a list too, and I do want to meet with those people. Do you have another liaison report? Because this is a good segue. I emailed you guys a proposed to-do list for the town board, and I emailed it to you, I guess on the 27th. And I just wanted to see if you had any input at the meeting, because I'm going to float it out. This is aspirational and it's large, and I don't expect that we'll get to everything, and things could change, but it's great to put it out there and let the public know what we're thinking about and what we could need help with, and gives us something to aim for.
It's a great list.
Yeah.
It's huge.
That's all right.
I'll put it out in my January newsletter,
Good.
Okay.
all right?
Yeah.
Thanks all. And the only other thing is, I just want to give this to you and ask you to read it. It is a public comment at Rhinebeck Town Board meetings. It's something that the supervisors and mayors were talking about at one of our meetings, and it occurred to me that we never had a policy for this. We do have a policy for public hearings, but this, we encourage people to speak at our town board meetings and ask us questions, but this sort of lays out what our rules are, that you can only address the town board, things like that. So if you want to look at it, we can put it on our meeting, a resolution to adopt this on the 28th.
We don't have any.
We don't have anything.
This is good.
All right?
Yeah.
That's all I have for you.
Okay.
Anything from anyone else? Hearing nothing, I would like to make a motion to adjourn for our 2 first meetings of 2019. May I have a second? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, good night. Thanks, everybody. See you. See you next
Bye.
next time.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
I assume I'm continuing as